Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement quickly became one of the most talked about stories in entertainment. As soon as the couple shared the news publicly, their fans and the media rushed to discuss not just the romance, but also the practical matters that might shape their marriage. Reports stated that conversations about their wedding ranged from outfits and locations to deeper issues like finances and legal agreements. And among the loudest voices were experts in family law who suggested that a prenuptial agreement would be a wise move. Divorce attorney James Sexton, co-founder of trusted Prenup.com, told outlets that in a relationship where both partners had established such massive careers, there was a strong incentive for clarity. He explained that couples in their situation needed to think carefully about what would happen if the marriage ended one day. Not because anyone wished for that, but because planning ahead prevented disputes later. He pointed out that both Swift and Kelce had built significant reputations in their fields, one as a global music star with countless records and tours behind her and many more ahead, the other as a top player in the NFL with Super Bowl victories and a large following. Sexton said the cleanest approach would be to follow a yours, mine and ours rule when drafting their agreement. He elaborated that if an item or account was in one person's name, it should remain with that person. If it belonged to the other partner, it stayed with them. And if the couple held something jointly, then it would be divided evenly. His advice stressed the importance of balance and fairness, and he noted that this method removed confusion because it left no room for misunderstanding. The lawyer also said that Swift had not only present assets but also enormous future interests, including royalties, catalog rights, and potential ventures that would continue generating income for years, while Kelce, though highly successful, played in a sport known for short careers due to the physical toll on athletes. For that reason, Sexton believed the couple should carefully outline responsibilities and entitlements from the start. As media covered these statements, the story grew even bigger. Fans reacted with excitement when on August 26 the couple confirmed through Instagram that Swift had said yes to Kelce's proposal. Their joint announcement thrilled millions and quickly dominated global headlines. Yet alongside the joy, the conversation about a prenup only intensified. Analysts and commentators kept circling back to whether the pair would formalize such an agreement, because to many observers it seemed inevitable given their circumstances. And as one major revelation followed another, viewers were reminded. Subscribe now to stay connected to every new development in this remarkable story, because the updates continued arriving steadily. Soon after Sexton's comments, another legal expert weighed in. Attorney Morgan Mazor also suggested that a prenuptial agreement was not just advisable, but expected for figures like Swift and Kelce. Mazor added that beyond financial terms, a non-disclosure agreement would likely form a key part of the contract. He said that couples under such constant public attention often needed NDAs to ensure privacy, since leaks of personal information could be damaging in ways ordinary people never faced. This opinion aligned with Sexton's in stressing that while fans love the romance, the pair had to address realities unique to their status. Reports highlighted how these expert views painted a picture of a wedding story that combined glamour and responsibility. The fairy tale engagement came with the careful groundwork of legal planning, and readers were fascinated by this contrast. Headlines not only celebrated Swift's sparkling ring and the emotional Instagram post, but also carried analyses from lawyers about how assets might be divided. Many publications repeated Sexton's simple phrasing of the yours, mine and ours approach because it was easy for the public to understand. They describe how if something was in Swift's name, it stayed hers. If it was in Kelce's, it stayed his. And if they both shared it equally, it would be split. Sexton's clarity made the concept accessible to millions following the story. The attorney also emphasized that protecting both parties allowed them to focus on the relationship rather than financial stress, and he indicated that couples at this level of success usually pursued such agreements quietly as part of responsible planning. Mazor's note about NDAs resonated as well. He suggested that protecting conversations, documents, and details from ever being revealed was just as critical as dividing property. For a couple constantly pursued by cameras and tablets, privacy had real value, and so his comment that an NDA would almost certainly appear in their prenup drew wide attention. Fans meanwhile speculated endlessly about the wedding itself, discussing potential venues, themes, guest appearances, and musical performances. Yet they also debated whether Swift and Kelce would confirm or deny the prenup reports. Though neither star addressed it publicly, The silence only fueled more curiosity. Outlets kept repeating that experts nearly unanimously considered it necessary. In coverage, the balance of two worlds emerged clearly. On one side, the romance of two major celebrities planning a wedding that many were calling the biggest of the century. On the other, the realism of legal frameworks meant to protect their interests. The contrast kept the engagement in the spotlight week after week, and commentators noted how rare it was for one couple to command so much continuous attention. As speculation built, reminders appeared again for audiences. Subscribe so you never miss the next update, because every small detail about this union seemed to dominate entertainment news, and still, the foundation of the discussion. Return to Sexton's original framework. His explanation that assets under an individual name should remain with that individual was repeated countless times. His reasoning that Swift's career offered long-term streams of income while Kelce's athletic profession carried shorter horizons was highlighted in many stories. And Mazor's point that a non-disclosure clause would likely accompany financial clauses was often cited in tandem. Together, these voices formed the backbone of expert commentary. Creating a consistent thread through all the coverage, audiences were reminded that while engagement announcements often focused only on rings and romance, this one revealed the complexities of being world famous, where protecting the future required deliberate legal thought. And as Swift and Kelce prepared for the journey ahead, their engagement remained not just a love story, but also a case study in how celebrities manage both personal and professional realities, with lawyers stressing the importance of foresight, and fans awaiting the spectacle of the wedding itself. The anticipation showed no sign of slowing, and as one attorney put it in reports, clarity at the start was the best gift they could give each other for the future. A statement that captured the essence of why so many headlines combined celebration with caution, leaving the public eager to see how the couple would proceed. And Mazor's point that a non-disclosure clause would likely accompany financial clauses was often cited in tandem. Together, these voices formed the backbone of expert commentary. Creating a consistent thread through all the coverage, audiences were reminded that while engagement announcements often focused only on rings and romance, this one revealed the complexities of being world famous, where protecting the future required deliberate legal thought. And as Swift and Kelce prepared for the journey ahead, their engagement remained not just a love story, but also a case study in how celebrities manage both personal and professional realities, with lawyers stressing the importance of foresight, and fans awaiting the spectacle of the wedding itself. The anticipation showed no sign of slowing, and as one attorney put it in reports, clarity at the start was the best gift they could give each other for the future. A statement that captured the essence of why so many headlines combined celebration with caution, leaving the public eager to see how the couple would proceed.